Dear students, my name is Vachaspati Bimali and I teach IELTS and TOEFLs. I teach PT as well. Today in this short video, I am going to teach you how you should explain the bar graph when you get in IELTS writing task 1. IELTS test takers can get bar graph also. There is no any certainty which questions you will get. You can get table, you can get bar graph, you can get line graph, you can get pie chart, you can get diagram, you can get process chart, but you will get only one. Okay. Today I am going to teach you bar graph. How you should explain bar graph. So in bar graph, you will always see the line like this. It is called what? Vertical line. 1968, 1978, 1988, 2018. This is called what? Vertical line. Vertical line is you will see this kind of lines. And after that you can see a horizontal line. Horizontal means the line which is sleeping. And vertical line is the line which is standing. Standing, the line which is standing, it's called vertical line. And the line which is sleeping, it is called what? Horizontal line. So always you will get vertical lines and horizontal lines. What you need to do in IELTS writing task 1, always you should understand the questions. Understand the questions and translate that questions into your mother tongue. Okay, Nepali. If you are Mathli, translate it into Mathli. Always you should translate the language, any language into your Nepali, because unless you translate, you won't be able to understand. You can't understand directly in English. Can you? Always you translate. Okay. So here, at first read the questions. At first read the questions very intensively and read the data. Read the questions and read the data. And after that, start writing subtopics. Okay. What you are going to include, that you have to write. Now I am going to make you understand line by line. See the questions here. First, don't read this. Don't read what has been explained in data. Read the questions only. Let me read the questions. The bar graph above shows. Shows means display, reveal, exhibit, illustrate, highlights, decaun. The average earnings. Earnings means what? Income. Average earnings in the Republic of Ireland. Ireland is the name of the country, which is in Europe, I think. In 5 different years. What the question says, there is a country named Ireland, and people of that country made money. People of that country earned money. Okay. And what was the average earning in Ireland? In 1960s, this was average earning. 1978, this was average earning. Okay, Republic of Ireland in 5 different years with projections. Projections means estimated, अनुमान गरिएको, expected, अनुमान गरिएको, speculated, अनुमान गरिएको, with projections for the future. Earnings are in US dollars. Earnings have been converted into American dollar. Okay. At first, and now question says, summarize the informations by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Relevant means what? Closely connected. Relevant means what? Closely connected. Okay. Relevant means what? Closely connected. Even though the question says, summarize the informations by selecting and reporting the main features. Question says, you don't have to explain all. Explain very few things only. You don't have to explain all. You have to explain very few things only. Okay. Selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Relevant means closely connected. What you have to do? You have to do comparisons and you have to show what? Similarities only. Okay. Now, what you need to do? You need to invest 5 minutes for understanding and writing subtopics of the questions. So let me make you understand again. The bar, okay, so this graph says the people of Ireland. People of Ireland, they made money, they earned money in 5 different years. This 1968, 1978, 1988, 1998, 2008. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they have given 5 different years. and they have mentioned 2018 also with projections for the future. 2018 is what? For projections for the future. It is estimated income. It is not the real income. It is what is projections means estimated, speculated, आशा गरिएको, anticipated, आशा गरिएको. This is anticipated or estimated earning. Okay, and earnings are in US dollars. Okay, their earnings have been converted into what? US dollars. See here, in 1968, if their income, if this line had touched over here, it would have become what? $8,000. But this line has not touched this line. So it means it is nearly $7,800 or it is just below $8,000. You can write nearly $7,800 or just slightly less than $8,000. It doesn't mean that we have to write the accurate date. Here it is, if it is here 4,000, here must be, okay, here must be 5,000, 6,000. It is nearly what? $7,800. It is nearly what? $7,800. You can write it is nearly $7,800 or it is just below 8,000 US dollar. Okay. So 1968, and in 1978, okay, up to here $8,000 and up to here $12,000. But it has stopped in the what? It has stopped in more than middle. So it can be what? Nearly $10,000. So it has stopped, okay, little bit further than the middle part. So it is nearly $10,000. So here, and 1978, 1988, after the gap of how many years? 10 years. Okay. 1978, 1988. After the gap of 10 years. After the gap of 10 years, their income reached, if this line, if it was up to here, it would be 12,000. But it has gone up to here. Okay. It is nearly or approximately 13,000 US dollar. Are you getting me? See here. And this 1998, if this line had this line touched over here, it would have become 16,000. But this line has not touched here. Up to here 12,000, 18, 14, or let's say it is $15,000. It is not exact. It is approximately $15,000. If you have to say lagbhag, you can say nearly or approximately. And again here 2008. Okay, in 2008, their income, if this line was here, it would be 12,000. But it has gone up to here. Okay. Okay. So here their income is what? Nearly $13,000. Okay. So what I have seen here. Okay. At first you have to paraphrase the questions. After paraphrasing the questions, in second paragraph you can write overall. Okay. After writing overall, you have to give comma. In overall, what you have to write, you have to pick out minimum 2 informations, maximum what? 4 informations. Minimum 2 informations, maximum 4 informations. Okay. Overall, comma, it can be seen that. You can write this tablet also. It is obvious to see that. You can write this. It is interesting to see that. Out of 3, you can write 1 template. Okay. It is interesting to see. It is obvious to see. Okay. And it can be seen that. It can be seen that. It is obvious to see. It is interesting to see. Out of 3 expressions, write only 1. Okay. And after that, see here. What you can see here. After 1968, their income was this much. Nearly $7,800. And again, after the gap of 10 years, 1978, their income increased or decreased? Their income increased. It was nearly, okay, $13,000. Again in 1988, after the gap of 10 years, again their income increased. It was nearly $13,000. Again, after the gap of 10 years, again their income increased. It was nearly $15,000. So here, from 1968 to 1998, their income increase or decrease? Increase. Their income steeply increased. Vistare badi. Okay. This is one important feature. Okay. This is one important, from one point to another point, from 1 year to another year. Okay, at least for a couple of years, their income is steadily increase. Whereas, इसको ठीक उल्टो. Okay, their income decrease in another year, 2008. From 1968 to 1998, their income what? Steadily increase. But here, their income was decreased. That you can write in what? Overall picture. Overall, comma, it can be clearly seen from bar graph that, okay, from particular year to another particular year, their income is steadily increase, whereas in next year their income decrease. Okay, and you don't have to write by how much it was increased and by how much it was decreased. In overall paragraph, you don't have to write the data. You have to write what you have seen in bar graph, what you have seen in line graph. In overall paragraph, you don't have to mention the data. You have to write increase trend, decrease trend. No data. You don't have to write the data. Are you getting me? So, and here again, I have mentioned two important features only: increase and decrease. You can write minimum 2 important features or maximum what? 4 important features. Yes or no? 2 are also okay and 4 are also okay. Okay, it is better to write 4. Okay. If you are not able to search, where is the information? You can write any 2 informations also. Okay. Now, okay. And after that, after mentioning overall paragraph, you have to explain, you have to show the differences and what? Similarities. How you should show differences, similarities? Okay. In 1968, average income of the people who were in Ireland, their income was how much? It was less than $8,000. And after the gap of 10 years, their income increased by, okay, their income increased and it was how much? Let's say $13,000. Okay. Again, after the gap of 1 decade, their income increased steadily and it was nearly $13,000. Okay. And as years rolled by, जब समय बीतते गए, जब वर्ष बीतते गए, you don't have to write after the gap of 10 years, after the gap of 10 years, after the gap of 10 years in one paragraph, after a gap of 1 decade. And again, if you have to say 10 वर्ष, don't use again 10 years. As years rolled by, जब वर्षहरू बीतते गयो, okay, and okay, their income increased nearly $15,000. Okay, and after that, what here you have to show what? Differences only. Now you have to show similarities also. Both differences and similarities you have to show in IELTS writing taxonomy. Now what I would like to tell, how you should paraphrase this question. Let me explain. The bar graph demonstrates average earning in the Republic of Ireland in 5 different years with estimated value for the futures. Earnings are in US dollars. How can you paraphrase this? Their earnings have been converted into American dollar. Okay. So here for source you can write displays and for earnings you can write income. Yes or no? Okay. And for projections you can write estimated value. Anuman kariye. Okay. And for US dollar you can write American dollar. You can paraphrase it by using American dollar. At first you have to paraphrase the question. Okay. Now I am going to teach this. Okay. I am going to teach you. Here is the answer. The bar chart displays. Instead of shows, what I have used here, displays. The average salary for earning, what I have used, salary. In the Republic of Ireland in 5 different years with an estimated value. For projections, what I have used here, estimated value for 2018. So what I have done here, from here to here, what I have done, I have simply paraphrased the question. Next, the unit of currency is in United States dollar. Instead of US dollars, what I have used here? For US dollars, what I have used here? The unit of currency is in United States dollar. What I have done, same thing I have expressed in another way. This is called what? Paraphrase. Are you getting me? Now see, overall, after overall you should give comma. Here you have to pick out 2 important features from the bar graph. How many features? 2 important features, and you don't have to write the data. See here. It can be clearly seen. यस्तो देख्न सकिन्छ. It is better to use passive voice. It can be clearly seen that wages consistently increase in every recorded time period except 2008. Okay, wages increase from 1968 to 1988, but it did not increase in what? 2008. So when they decrease slightly, so what I have done here, have I mentioned the data? No. I have simply said what increase and what decrease. And salaries are expected. For projected, what I have used here, expected. Salaries are expected to increase significantly in the future. And 2000, there was 1 year, it was believed that salary will increase. And salaries are expected to increase significantly in the future. What I have done here, what I saw in the bar graph, simply I have written it. Okay, here you don't have to mention the data. This overall paragraph you can write at last also. You can write in second paragraph also. It doesn't make any difference. What makes difference? Quality makes difference. Quality matters. Okay, do you understand? Here you don't have to write the data. Okay, what you have seen in the bar graph, simply you have to write. Salaries are expected. Salaries are estimated to increase. There is one word or not? Okay, see. See the questions here. In 2018, okay, with projections for the future, okay, in 2018, salary is expected to increase up to what? Up to here, $21,000 or $20,000. Okay, it is what? Expectations. Projections means what? Expectations. Okay, and what I have seen here, same thing I have mentioned in what? Overall paragraph. What matters? Quality matters. Okay, you can mention overall paragraphs at last also. Okay, average earnings in 1968 stood at the lowest recorded level at just under $8,000. Okay, you have seen the bar graph, and then they increased a decade later to around 10,000 in 1978. Okay, so 8,000 and what? 10,000 in 2 different years. This trend means what many people do. This trend continued in This trend continued in 1988 with the average earning climbing to approximately $13,000. Okay, $13,000. 10 years later, in 1998, it further improved to its highest recorded value of about $15,000. If you have to say jandai, you can say of about, approximately. Okay, you can use this kind of words. And here, what I have done here, I have shown here differences only. I have shown here differences between 1 year to next year. And next paragraph, okay. The only notable exceptions to this expansion in levels of pay was 2008, when wages decreased by around 10,000 from the peak of what? 1998. Here I have shown differences Here I have shown, okay, increment, and here I have shown what? Decrement. Okay, here similarities and what? Differences you have to show. The only notable exceptions to this expansion in levels of pay was 2008, when the wages decreased by around 1000 from the peak of 1998. In 1998, somewhere you can see the decrement also. Somewhere this trend is not expected to. I have used a however. If you have to express this opposite idea, what you have mentioned here, you have to use however. However means isko theek ulto. Here we have talked about the decrement, and here we are going to talk about increment. However, this trend is not expected to continue in the future with projections of over 20,000 forecast for 2018. In 2018, it was not the real earning, it was the expectations. So this is how you have to explain what? Bar graph in IELTS writing task 1. Okay. In IELTS writing task 1, your word count should be between 170 to what? 190. But it shouldn't be less than 150. 150 is the criteria. You must not write below 150. Now read this also and read this also. Read this for 2 minutes. Okay. And read the bar graph for 2 minutes. If you have confusion, you can ask me questions. So, dear students, I teach IELTS and PT offline and online. If you want to join my class, you can give me a call in my WhatsApp number. And at last, I humbly request you to subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Bye bye. See you in the next video.